At small forward, number 0, Jayson Tatum. Starting at shooting guard, standing 6'5", number 3, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. The big man, standing 6'8", number 15, Brandon Paul. At the power forward position, 6 feet, 10 inches, number 8, Jackson Jr. At guard, 6'3", number 12, Jack Morant. The head coach for your Memphis Grizzlies is Thomas C. Salone. Once again, the star for your Memphis Grizzlies.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. The backcourt guards are Young and Daniel. The small and power forwards are Reza Shea and Johnson. And it's Porzingis in at the center, locking down the middle. And for Memphis, Morant and Caldwell-Pope are their guards. The front court is Wells and Jackson. And it's Clark in at center. And when you look at these teams on paper, there's a clear talent discrepancy.
Yeah, but Kevin, games aren't won on paper. And if you're the underdogs, most people have already written you off. So you go out and play free with no pressure and use all of that public doubt as motivation. Well, Johnson is such a strong guy. He has no problem finishing against physical D.
Daniels against Caldwell-Pope. Out to the right wing. Porzingis kicks to Young. 5 to shoot. Over Morant. Young, no good. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for Memphis. Pass to Clark. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Nice D from Porzingis.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
I was able to talk with Memphis' head coach for a minute. The developing game of Trae Young is something that coach discussed with his players. Coach said he's been one of the league's assist leaders. Don't get so consumed trying to stop him that you give him the easy passes inside. They know the danger that Young possesses. We'll see if they can contain him here. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. Now, here's Wells, following the miss by Porzingis. Back to Morant. Three-pointer. And it's Reza Shea with the rebound. Young outside. Back to Reza Shea. Kicks it out to Johnson. The 3 kept alive. And that one's good, Reza Shea.
Nice to see Reza Shea assert himself on the glass, hustling to get his team a second chance opportunity.
Outside for Caldwell-Pope. Pass to Jackson. Bobbed up there for Clark. Morant finds Clark. Some nice passing there by Memphis. And the shot goes in.
That's Morant, always applying the pressure.
Well, it was the Memphis Grizzlies in their last game, a loss to the Magic.
Man, that game goes down to the wire. Both teams exhausted, but only one has something left for the encore.
Yeah, this is the kind of game you come away thinking coulda, woulda, shoulda. Sometimes it just doesn't go your way.
Coach, I know you're familiar with Caldwell-Pope's game from coaching him early in his career.
Yeah, look, Kevin, and he's just continued to get better and better. And like most veteran guys, he's just gotten smarter with the experience that he has. This is a guy who plays with great energy. He's in great shape, and he is tough as heck and is not going to make many mistakes.
And so here's Atlanta. Following John Morant's three. Young for three. Here's Porzingis. He hits it from 9.
Well, just by hitting the offensive glass, Porzingis can pick up a lot of extra points.
Outside Jackson. Back to Morant. Young passes to Porzingis. And Young kicks to Daniels. Back to Young. Shoots over Morant. Again, Young missing.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Caldwell Pope against Daniels. And it's Jalen Johnson with the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
So it's the Grizzlies now, trailing by 4.
That's 2 really unproductive trips in a row, ending in turnover.
Young against Morant. Clark kicks to Jackson. That's it, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Yes, we know Jackson can nail threes, but at his core, he's a guy who wants the ball around the rim.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Now here's Morant. He's coming off a 19-point game against Orlando.
Also, the way he was moving the ball, spectacular. Setting the table so his guys could eat.
On the clock. That's up a 3.
That's a nice contest by Young. Great to see him working hard on this end.
In the corner, Daniels. Young looking it over. Rizachet with it. He's coming off a 28-point.
What a dunk! Well, you can't teach the athleticism displayed there by Johnson.
And another look at that last play with the AT&T connected cam. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Morant outside. What a unique skill set Jaren Jackson Jr. coach brings to the floor.
No question, Kevin. He's a two-way player, a defensive player of the year who also has proven he can be a primary scorer, and he can score it from the three-point line, or he can put it on the floor and go to the basket. Plus, he's got a post game. This is one of the most versatile players in the league. Well, the son of an NBA player, Jaren Jackson Jr. plays the game with great instincts, particularly on the defensive end. You can see he learned the game growing up.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Edie's checked in for Brandon Clark. Santi Aldama comes in for Jalen Wells. And it's Ty Jerome in for Caldwell Pope. Here is Daniels. No scoring in this one. Porzingis sets the pick for Daniels. And no good. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Jerome passes to Aldama. Pass to Edie. Jerome deciding where to go with it. That one's in, his first shot this game.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Here is Daniels. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Young dishes to Okongwu. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Akidi picks one up.
Well, the defense has to know Okongwu isn't going to back off. He's ready to get physical inside.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. So, Coach, here we are in the heart of the NBA season. We can only hope that the second half is as good as the first half of the season.
Well, you're right. We saw some incredible moments in those first few months. But that's what you love about this game. Players these days, Kevin, are capable of doing the spectacular on a nightly basis.
Both free throws good from Okongwu. And the Grizzlies choosing to move forward with Coach Islo to head their program. Stan, after he took over as interim head coach late last season.
Yeah, the first Finnish-born head coach in the NBA. He was a rising star coaching in Europe, now trying his hand in the best league on the planet. Well, with that explosive leaping ability, Okongwu is someone who spaces the floor vertically.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan.
Chance now to see the numbers for Young. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. Averaging 29 points per game, 9 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
Yeah, look, he is truly the kind of player you build everything around. Your plays, your lineups, it's all about setting this guy up for success. Well, that's a great pass. He has the timing and rhythm of a metronome.
Pass to Kennard. Over to the left wing. Porzingis with the ball. Aldama's there. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Don't expect Porzingis to back off inside. He's ready for that physicality.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Hawks?
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
That free throw good from Porzingis. And Quinn Snyder entering his third full season as head coach of the Hawks.
Well, before this, Quinn had a good 8-year run as coach of the Utah Jazz, which ended when he resigned. Most coaches have a tendency toward being fired instead, but he quickly moved on in Atlanta. Yeah, and when healthy, Porzingis is still a very effective player and an important part to his team's success.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Jerome passes to Aldama. Inside. Edey with a screen for Jerome. Oh, good with the triple. The Hawks leading by 5. 1:14 left here in the opening quarter. Pass to Alexander Walker. Porzingis inside. Guarded by Jerome.
Well, at the rim, Edey's the guy you have to get past. No chance there.
Here's Jerome. Coming in off a 10-point game in his last outing. And the dunk by Edey.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfect.
There's 38 seconds left in the first quarter. And it's Alexander Walker in the corner. Can't hit the corner three.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Back to Conchar to the right side. Here's Jerome, defended by Alexander Walker. And it's good for two. Now just a 1-point Atlanta lead.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's Atlanta. They lead by 1. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And looking at what we've seen from the Hawks, what do you guys think?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
Yeah, turning defense into offense, getting out in the open floor. This is exactly what they wanted.
So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. Kennard is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then it's Okongwu. And it's Houston in at the 3, the small forward. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thank you. Well, this September, Grizzlies legend Marc Gasol was enshrined in the Basketball Hall of Fame. A 3-time All-Star and Defensive Player of the Year, Marc was acquired in a trade for his brother, Pau Gasol, who was likewise an All-Star with the Grizzlies. Marc, a fixture on and off the court in Memphis. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Now here's Jackson. 29 points for him last game against Orlando.
Yeah, and the effort on the boards last game gave them that many more chances.
Shot is good, and the Memphis lead's cut to just 1 point on the basket from Okongwu.
The preferred scoring area for Okongwu. He can get it done inside with his size and length.
Pass to Edey. Back to Jerome. There's a screen by Aldama. Jerome finds Aldama.
Rumbling down the lane. Probably wise to stay out of Aldama's way.
And the 7-footer, Sante Aldama. You know, Stan, he looks like a guard out there at times.
Oh, the way this guy has improved since he's come into the league is phenomenal. You know, this is a guy who's gotten better as a shooter, more consistent, more efficient. But then he's added, like you said, his ability to put the ball on the floor and attack the basket, and his ability to pass off the dribble. This is a very skilled big man.
Now, here's Kennard. A 14-point game for him in the win against Milwaukee. He takes it in, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Greg, you were a point guard. How has that position evolved over the years?
Well, if you think of how much more of the court that has to be covered and the style, you have to score more down to play the position. I think shooting becomes incredibly important. And then defensively, with all the switching, you've got to be able to hold up against size and play all over the floor.
Let's try this all good. Let's see
switch here. Already a lot of talk about who's going to take part in the three-point contest this season, and here's a look at the players most likely to make it.
And so many great shooters in the NBA these days, and these guys, quite frankly, the best of the best. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a scoring record broken in this year's competition.
We take a look at Young. There are a few players ahead of him in the voting, but if he holds on to his spot at number 5 on that list, he'll have a place in the three-point contest waiting for him.
And if anything, I bet he moves up the list. I mean, how could you not have this fella taking part in this contest? He'll be there.
And we'll keep you posted as we find out more and as we get closer to the three-point contest once we have our final list of official contestants.
Yeah, it's going to be very competitive. That's the one thing we all know. We've got an incredible group of long-distance shooters in this league right now.
Stan, March 2025 marked the passing of the great Dikembe Mutombo. 4 of his 8 All-Star appearances came as an Atlanta Hawk.
And he also won back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year awards in Atlanta. 4 in total over the course of his career. A tremendous player, but even more importantly, a humanitarian and a statesman for the game.
While we got a moment, let's now show you the teams that have led the NBA in blocks during the past month. Number 1, the Grizzlies.
They have been racking up the blocks lately. I mean, if they keep this up, they're going to be a very difficult matchup for anybody.
The Atlanta Hawks coming to this one after the win against Milwaukee.
And the focus was to get stops. All game, they were right up on shooters, and that led to some big-time rejection.
Well, they did have some impressive numbers blocking shots, and I like their defensive game plan.
And too much time in the lane, they get called for the 3-second violation. Morant, he's checked in for Memphis.
Number 12, Ja Morant.
Young against Jerome. In the corner, Daniels. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Clock at 6. Ricochet with it. Aldama's there. And it's Ricochet missing. Grizzlies have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Daniels against Morant. Back to Aldama. Pass to Edey. Now Aldama from past the arc. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Wow, you don't see that kind of quickness from Aldama all that often.
And here's Daniels. Still yet to score. Three-pointer gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
Yeah, when he's locked in, Daniels can do real damage at the arc.
Knocks it loose. Daniels with the steal. Here's Young. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And it's a 3-point Atlanta lead.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
There's a screen by Aldama to the inside. Morant passes to Aldama. And Aldama slams it in.
Well, at nearly 7 feet, throwing it down is probably almost effortless for Aldama. To
the wing right side. Rizichet with it. Aldama's there. Back to Young. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Young's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, you kind of know eventually Young will find a shot. He's just that good, even when racing the clock.
Here's Morant. In the center of things, Morant.
Given the size disadvantage, you have to have a lot of confidence to take that shot.
Yeah, a skilled player can work around the mismatch. He's used to dealing with larger guys.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over.
Make some noise. Here comes your Grizzlies.
Grizzlies with some changes. Brandon Clark, he's checked in for Zach Edey. Jalen Wells comes in for Santi Aldama. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Ty Jerome. Hawks have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Pass to Rizichet. Back to Young. Fires from deep. It's Clark with the rebound.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Well, he's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
Young against Morant. It's Young on the wing. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Milwaukee.
Yeah, and his facilitating was also extremely impressive. He was outsmarting the defense and easily connecting with ready shooters.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
And how about the emergence, Stan, of Dyson Daniels as an elite wing defender?
Yeah, look, Kevin, I think what happened with Dyson Daniels is he just got a chance to step into more playing time, and as he got that consistent time, he showed that he's not only one of the best defenders in this league, but he's got more offensive skill than people thought he had also.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Porzingis has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, I love the response by Porzingis. Terrific work coming back with his own triple.
Jackson up top. He's guarded by Johnson. Jackson, that's good. Jackson's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
After Rizichet. Back to Young. There's the 3. The rebound by Caldwell Pope.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
Wells in the corner. Good, and the nice assist from Morant. Wells has got the lead up to 4 now for Memphis. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Hawks. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis this season.
And this was as even a matchup as you'll find in the NBA. Split the season series down the middle, 1 apiece.
Well, in terms of where they sit in the league, these teams are both in the middle of the pack. but both are looking to take the next step.
Here's Wells, following the basket by Trae Young. Here's Morant. Good on the bucket. Morant's got 11 points.
A sweet shot by a skilled shooter. Nice floater by Morant.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Jackson. And how is the West shaping up, guys? Well, let's take a moment here to check it out. Now that the mid-season grind is well underway. You look at Memphis, they're way down there in the conference standings, looking for a lot of improvement during the second half of the season.
And for the Grizzlies, they have been one of the major surprises in the NBA this season, unfortunately, for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I just don't know what has happened to them. You get the sense that their frustration is starting to reach a breaking point, too.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks, Kevin. John Morant looking to lead the way. He said, I set the tone. My teammates feed off of it, and I love to compete. That's how we all grew up, playing on the blacktop outside, competing at a high level when there was no cameras around. Kevin, back to you.
He's got that alpha mentality. Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks.
Thin margin of error right there. You have to work for a better shot.
On the wing, Daniels. He's covered by Clark. Pass to Shea. Caldwell Pope against Porzingis. Oh, good on the three.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Daniels passes to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, if Porzingis gets within arm's length of the hoop, he's not going to make many mistakes.
Now Morant over Young. No good on the last second attempt there. And some good action through the first two quarters as we reach halftime. Grizzlies lead by 2. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot runs. They're thinking about the shot. Give it up for our contestant.
And with All-Star Weekend approaching quickly, here's an update on how the dunk contest contenders are shaping up.
Well, these guys, they've been giving us a preview. Every night you see them do something special.
It's been like that all season long. Amazing showmanship from this entire group. So let's move on now to this Grizzlies game, which has turned out to be a tight one.
They're hitting at a high clip. Some shots have been wide open, some tightly contested.
And as the ball continued to fall through the net, you could see their confidence growing. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what you're seeing from Ja Morant.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Memphis has gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. The wing pair, it's Caldwell Pope and Wells. Sharon Jackson is out there with Brandon Clark. And it's Morant in at the point. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Here's Young. Sharon Jackson making his last shot. Young dishes to Johnson. To the middle. They get a hand on it. Young up top. Just 4 to shoot. Over Morant. The Grizzlies pull it in. Clark's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Wells. Now here's Morant. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Yeah, Morant just continuing to assert himself offensively.
And Coach Van Gundy, the big name for Memphis is Ja Morant, but his superstar trajectory hitting a little bit of turbulence.
Well, some of those troubles were self-inflicted, Kevin, but also questions about his high-flying style. As he said himself, the balls can take it out of him.
So we're talking about Jayson Daniels here, Greg. Just how incredible a defender is this kid?
I mean, last season he came in second in terms of voting for Defensive Player of the Year, led the league in steals, and this young man's just getting started. Figures to be a problem for a long time.
First free throw is good. Even after pivoting towards their youth, GA the Hawks last season had an improved record.
Yeah, they traded away a bunch of rotation veterans, but the young fellas showed they were ready to step in, and this group didn't miss a beat.
And he can't hit the second.
You can call Jayson Daniels a 6'8" point guard. He is great handling the ball, and let me tell you, few better defenders than Daniels.
And let's check out some stats. Here are the numbers for Jackson. And he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And trying to muscle up shots against him is tough. His body type makes it supremely difficult. Just a dominant rim protector all season. That's good from Jackson.
And you love how Jackson Jr. has responded to setbacks and injury in his career. He doesn't get discouraged, just makes him work harder.
And so Jackson nails both of them. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. The Hawks trail by 7. Pass to Shea. 6 to shoot, to the paint. Now here's Wells. He's got 6. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
76% on the season from the foul line.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Wells. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And Jalen Johnson is already a nightly double-double threat, and his game, it just continues to expand.
Oh, look, Jalen Johnson, Kevin, is an all-star level guy. I mean, efficient on the offensive end, brings consistent energy every night, makes very few mistakes, and plays both ends of the floor. They are on fire to start the second half. 3 for 3 and looking totally in sync.
Johnson outside. It's to Rizachet. And it's off from three-point range.
That halftime break didn't seem to do them any favors. Starting off the second half with 3 straight misses.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline.
Let's give a warm welcome to your Grizzlies breakfast.
And here's a look at some of the most multi-dimensional players in the NBA. Not only can they pass, they can fill it up. The highest scoring point guards this season. Number 5 is Trae Young.
Well, this is a collection of maybe the most well-rounded players in our league. I mean, to see those kinds of scoring numbers from the point guard position, it is crazy.
Well, that's one of the biggest changes in the league over the years. Point guards are now expected to score. They have to do more than just pass.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Pass to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. Young against Morant. Young's shot is off.
Ooh, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Jackson, good, and a nice assist from Morant. Jackson's got the lead up to 12 now for the Grizzlies.
Well, with Morant running the pick and roll, good things usually happen.
Pass to Daniel. Porzingis with a screen on Caldwell Pope. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, he's been able to find points, just not enough of them. They've got to string together some more buckets.
Here's Morant. And here is Wells. Jackson kicks to Caldwell Pope. Back to Jackson. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Rizachet with it. Covered by Wells. Back to Young. Looking to end his cold spell. That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, try as they might, the defense can't stop Porzingis inside. He's too tall and too committed.
Now here's Jackson. 20 points for him, down low. And Jackson throws it down.
Well, look, Jackson Jr. is a tremendous dunker. You can feel that one from over here.
That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. And so it's Atlanta with it. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Here's Porzingis. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Daniels has got 4 assists in the game.
Well, I know we don't want to jinx it, but he's still perfect from the field in this quarter.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. He has yet to score. Morant outside. Steps back and shoots. Atlanta with the rebound.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Daniels finds Young. Launches a 3, knocks down the 3-ball. Young's got it back down to single digits for the Hawks.
Well, Trae Young is a tremendous outside shooter with almost limitless range.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's ready to talk things through with them. Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Edie's checked in for Brandon Clark. Santi Aldama comes in for Jaren Jackson. Vince Williams is checked in for Jalen Wells. And it's Ty Jerome in for Caldwell Pope. Then for the Hawks, Okongwu comes in for Jalen Johnson. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Trae Young. Top of the key, Morant. Just 5 on the clock. Gets that one through the hole, make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
Well, they expect this from him, and he's a big reason they're out in front right now.
The electric Ja Morant, the leader of this team, Stan. What's his focus need to be going forward?
Well, look, Kevin, I think it's pretty simple with Ja Morant. We know how good he is. Can he keep himself on the floor on a consistent basis, which for Ja means staying healthy and staying out of trouble. If he can do that, there's no question about his ability or his ability to lead this team.
Now here's Morant. 15 points in the game. Pass to Jerome. Off target with his 3.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Porzingis inside, guarded by Morant. Great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, Okongwu has been stepping up his efforts on the offensive glass, and he's rewarded with the second chance bucket.
Now here's Morant. He's a player that you can only hope to slow down as he averages nearly 28 points a game. Morant with it, defended by Alexander Walker. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Outside Daniel. Pass to Alexander Walker. Here's Ricochet. Misses the 3. And and the Grizzlies leading by 7. Here's Jerome. The Grizzlies with another miss.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Daniels sets a screen for Porzingis. And it's off from three-point range.
Well, and after making just one triple going into the break, he's still looking for his first make from distance here in the second half.
Edey with a screen for Morant. It's tipped and stolen by Okongwu. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Pass to Porzingis. Over Edey. Porzingis can't hit.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Williams passes to Aldama. Morant pulleys his way inside.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
And so it's Memphis, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. They've got Trae Young. He's out there with Luke Kennard. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Okongwu. And Gay is in at the 4 slot.
Well, this is why you really got to hit Okongwu if you're going to foul him, or else he'll just power right through.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Grizzlies.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. Really great when you see it in action.
And you also have to applaud how they've attacked the interior in this game. A lot of points happening for them in the paint tonight.
Here's Jerome. Outside Jackson. Conchar, the pass to Aldama. Here's Jerome. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets it go with the 3. No good on the shot. The Hawks trail by 6. Young for 3. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Conchar. Kennard covering. Pass to Edey. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Outside Jackson from the baseline. Okongwu grabs the board. And so Young will bring it up for Atlanta. Here in the 4th quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Shots good by Kennard.
Well, some of the most solid mechanics in the league. Kennard has complete trust in his motion.
Out left to the wing. Aldama finds Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Pass to Gay. Here's Kennard. Conchar covering. Kennard, the pass to Alexander-Walker. And this is what the schedule looks like coming up for Memphis. On Friday, they'll take on Zion Williamson and the New Orleans Pelicans. Then on Sunday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets.
And for the matchup with the Rockets, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
He's off on the first, and Memphis making a change here. Morant's checked in. Jalen Johnson's checked in for Atlanta. And he's good on the second.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a two-possession deficit.
Morant passes to Jerome. Pass to Jackson. Over Johnson. Jackson, that's good. Jackson's got 26 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Alexander Walker on the wing. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 6 assists in the game.
Over his career, we've seen monster assist numbers from Young, so he understands when you check.
Now here's Jackson. Jackson, a screen on Young. Here's Jerome. Rebound by the Hawks. Okongwu's now got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Young. Now Alexander Walker. Defended by Aldama. Kennard for 3. The shot comes out. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Aldama passes to Jackson. Comes up empty down low. The Hawks have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And the call on the shot sends into the line.
And every defense knows Kennard is looking to score, which is why they sometimes overcommit and foul.
That free throw, good from Kennard.
Well, you talk about Luke Kennard. He shot 49% for a season from beyond the arc. Led the league in three-point percentage back-to-back years. Kennard is so valuable.
Williams, he's checked in for Santi Aldama. Zinkas, he's checked in for Atlanta. Rizachet is coming in for Alexander Walker.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Morant against Kennard. Pass to Jerome. Jackson, a screen on Young. No one near as Jerome lets it go. And another miss by Memphis.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Here's Jackson. The kick out to Williams. Rizachet with the steal. Count that bucket. And now it's a 3-point Hawks lead. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Hawks.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, where they just jump at them. And he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Johnson outside. Young from outside. And it's Morant with the rebound. And Morant's got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Again, it's Jackson Jr. His combination of size and shooting can be deadly.
Jerome against Young. Jerome with the steal. Jackson, a screen on Young. And the dunk by Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson's ability to both dive to the rim as well as pop out for a jump shot makes him an excellent partner in the pick and roll.
Now, here's Kennard. Johnson sets the screen for Kennard. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
A wiry athlete, Jalen Johnson. 2 loud points.
Timeout called by Coach Isolo. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. changes here for the Grizzlies. Clark, he's checked in for Edie. Wells comes in for Williams. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Ty Jerome. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Daniels, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I was able to catch the message that Memphis's coach was giving to his team. He told them, this is the passion I want us to play with every night. Now my question is, how are we going to finish? Are we going to be passive, or are we going to take what's ours? Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. And here's Young, following the three-pointer from Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Mr. Porzingis. Young against Morant. Johnson with a screen on Morant. And Young kicks to Daniels. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 7th assist here tonight.
And look, Daniels knows he has to keep working on his jumper. And these kind of shots only improve his confidence.
Now here's Jackson. Clark up top. Daniels with the steal. Now Young. Here's Johnson. Young outside. Just 5 to shoot. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead right there. Now Morant. No good on the layup. For Atlanta, they've gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. And some solid looks for them. Now Porzingis. Porzingis is double. To take the lead, and he lays that one in.
Well, you see the trust they have in Porzingis. Timely basket.
And down it goes.
And the first thing I thought of confidence from Clark. Knows his team needs a bucket and goes out and gets it.
Now, here is Young. Porzingis sets the pick for Young. Misses the three.
His shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
Jackson is screen on Young. Here's Jackson. Morant outside. The shot is good.
One thing the ball in these spots is what makes Morant the leader that he is.
Young. Porzingis trying to get free. Strong move off the glass.
Hey, you need a bucket? Who you gonna call? They've got Young on speed dial.
Morant. Oh, what a finish.
Well, that's why you give Morant the ball down the stretch. He does not fear the big moments.
Personal foul. First team foul. At the line for Memphis. Shot. Morant. Shooting one.
Let's shot.
Morant, no good on the free throw.
Well, Morant is so athletic that he finds himself at the free throw line a lot.
It's off his foot, and it's whistled a kick. And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page.
Please give a big round of applause for the
It's against Young. And it doesn't go. I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
It's Morant.
Well, you can't fall for that shot fake. Once Morant has you up in the air, the rest is easy.
At the line for Memphis, shot, Morant. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
Great work at the line under pressure. They're that much closer to putting this game away.
And he does not hit, and so they choose to intentionally foul.
Second personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for Memphis, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And the second of 2 is good. That increases their lead to 6. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're behind by 6. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
They need a quick basket here.
Yeah, and if they can get a decent look from 3, that's the shot to take. Not a lot of time to work with.
Let's get loud once again for your retail dance team.
Young against Morant. Here's Johnson. Stolen by Jackson. Jumps up, and he pounds it home. I had a feeling he wasn't going to lay that one in. No, sir.
Well, quick reaction by Jackson Jr. He sees what's happening and gets out in transition to support the play.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
You know, give him credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 9. He hits both from the strike.
That ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those three.
So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step of becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what they came out to do.
Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
Brandon, congratulations. You guys may have faltered a bit coming out of the gates, but you finished strong.
Yeah, man, I mean, that's just us, really. We're just always trying to feed off the energy. So it did kind of take a while there at the start, but once we picked it up, it was all fun.
The energy was there when it mattered the most. Strong finish. Thanks, Brandon.
Terrific, Allie. Thanks. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. And for all of us here at the table, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and our terrific sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us tonight. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Jaren Jackson.